이번 배송은 저기 자 헝가리에서 코카콜라 배송을 갑시다. 자 내비 화면을 켜고 길거리로 가야지. 없애 앉아있네. 우회전. 여기서 좌회전. 우와 야야 이 앞에 가서 콜라 받으러 왔수다. If he isn't playing, and previous managers have always said that Rooney should not be playing, has been called back. He takes a bit of time to get back into the stride. So Rooney's going to have to really focus in on that position, being on the bench and not going sort of week in, week out, which is what he's used to. I think psychologically, physically, that would be a huge issue.
Hi Deborah, in Berkshire.
Oh, hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I can't understand why you're having this discussion. He should have been dropped a couple of years ago, and he was the captain last year, and they were dreadful. The manager had to go, so why not him? And I'm English. I love football. I don't support England and haven't done for a few years because of the attitude of some of the players.
You haven't supported, well, you're English. You haven't supported England for
No, because I've got 3 sons, and some of those players, I wouldn't want my sons to be like them, and I wouldn't want my sons to associate with them. Wales last year, that was a team to be proud of. On paper, they weren't technically as good as the English team, but look how they gelled together and how proud they were to wear that shirt. And Wayne Rooney is not in that league. He didn't even get picked for the European team. He's past it, and to be honest, he never. I don't think he would. He never ever fulfilled his potential because one of your callers said he was bright. I don't think we treat our footballers, we pay them far too much money, and when they're young, rather than giving them a bit of an education and making them understand the value of money and hard work, because they get the money so young, they don't have to work as hard as perhaps they could do. He was at the same Manchester United with Ronaldo, and they were both really good, but look how Ronaldo is still really, really amazing, and Rooney is, over the hill, really.
I just your point about the other European, John Cross, would Wayne Rooney get into the German nationals at the moment?
I'm not sure that he would at the moment. He is not like that. I still think his level of performance was such that, forget it, I mean, in all big divisions, League might make Man United champions of Europe. So, I mean, this guy has had a fantastic career at Rugby, and absolutely was, I think, one of Europe's best players, and I still think he's got that natural talent. I just think that by his own admission last week, he was there, that he lost, and he was having to go through a process whereby he's changing his position. Dropping deep into the field, I think, can be valuable as a player, but in other years, I think he's one of the 10, he's a fantastic striker.
왜
People
기름이
do
안
it.
먹지?
I think we might learn more if it's not used at all. We might even learn more tonight about how Rooney is viewed and what his future might be.
아,
And when
정말.
he comes on and scores the winner, the commentators will say, "It had to be."
You couldn't script it.
You couldn't write this. Well, you could. I always think you could write this script. It's 9:32.
On digital, online, smartphone and tablet. This
주유를
is BBC
완료하였습니다.
5 Live.
With the headlines, I'm Richard Foster. Samsung has suspended all sales and exchanges of its Galaxy Note 7 smartphone. The company had previously recalled the model over safety concerns. There are reports of replacement handsets also catching fire. Owners are being advised not to use them. Members of the RMT union have begun a 3-day walkout on southern rail services. The strike's over plans to allow drivers to open and close train doors instead of guards. The former International Development Secretary Andrew Mitchell is accusing Russia of shredding international law in its bombing campaign in Syria. MPs are meeting later for an emergency discussion on the humanitarian crisis in Aleppo. And the charity's found 40% of people are put off going to the doctor because they're too embarrassed to talk about their symptoms with receptionists. Cancer research is concerned that it could be delaying early diagnosis. That's the news. George has the score.
Well, Wayne Rooney says he will always be ready when called upon by England. He isn't quitting despite being dropped. By Gareth Southgate from the side to play Slovenia tonight. Here's our correspondent, John Hunt.
First it was Manchester United, now it's England, and both in the space of little over a fortnight. It felt like the end of an era decision when Gareth Southgate confirmed it in a packed room in Ljubljana Stojanca Stadium last night. Rooney did come on for England as a substitute 3 times last season, but this feels different, particularly in the light of his recent omission from his club side. Southgate's handling of this will have been noted in the FA's corridors of power, and too, his choice of his own man Jordan Henderson as captain, rather than the previous vice-captain Gary Cahill, who will win his 50th cap if he plays tonight. If the results follow, Southgate may soon be dropping that interim from his title.
The 5 Sport has the match from 7 tonight. Danny Mills, by the way, is still 5 by breakfast. Rooney is far from finished, and no one should be calling for his retirement with another 25 minutes or so. Your calls on this 599 638 5058. Elsewhere, Scotland play tonight. Former boss Craig Brown's told us their match in Slovakia isn't vital, but the 2 matches against England will be. He's also given his backing to Gordon Strachan, who's been strongly criticised by former Celtic striker Chris Sutton. You can hear his thoughts on the inshore section of the 5 Live website. You can listen to the 5 Live Football Daily from the Monday night club last night in Northern Ireland. They're away to Germany now open qualifying. Tiger Woods has pulled out of this week's PGA tournament in California. He says his game is vulnerable. 14-time major champion hasn't played since August 2015 after surgery on his back. World heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is said to be stripped of his WBO belt. He has to explain to his chairman why the title shouldn't be vacated because of inactivity, breach of contract, or performance-enhancing drugs. Been a Laura Marsh says they have to credit DeAndre Dalton for winning yesterday's one-dayer. All the West Indies shooting 4 for 19, including 3 wickets in an over, as England clamped while chasing 149 to win. The series is level at 1-1, and Heather Watson has won the first set 7-5 against Marina Irakovic in the first round of the WTA tennis event in Hong Kong.
This is BBC 5 Live. Digital, online, smartphone and tablet.
Everything you ever wanted to know about the weather, and I'm afraid to ask you something.
Good morning. It's temperature here then, actually. Temperatures 3 degrees in rural areas of Scotland, East Wales, Midlands and Southern England. This morning, some fog patches still lingering on as well across Southern England. That will continue for a good few more hours before they'll finally clear away. And actually across many western areas of the UK, there'll be some sunshine developing, but towards eastern parts, it's going to remain quite cloudy. We've still got this easterly wind coming off relatively warm in the North Sea, so it's going to bring in some showers as well. So anywhere really from Aberdeenshire down to the Fife borders, Northumberland, Yorkshire, Lincolnshire, Norfolk is the area where you most likely to see the cloud and those showers coming in on that brisk easterly wind. The temperatures up to about 12 to 15 degrees. You could catch an odd shower or 2 further west you go, but on the whole it's mostly dry towards western Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, Midlands and across the southern areas of England with some sunny spells and top temperatures about 12 to 16 degrees. Tonight we'll see again temperatures dropping down to fairly low single figures, local frost once again into Wednesday morning. Typically though temperatures about 3 to 11 degrees. And then during Wednesday, again those eastern areas with that easterly wind seeing more clouds and showering outbreaks of rain throughout the day. Once again, 1 or 2 of those showers can move their way into the central
인력 네트워크
parts, western parts and southern areas, they're largely dry. And temperatures to around 15 Celsius.
And here's Rich.
On the M4 London bound, the road is completely closed and there's queuing traffic between junction 11 at Reading and junction 10 at Fields. It's because of an accident earlier. It's also causing problems westbound. Delays westbound on the M4 just before junction 11 at Reading. Queues as far back as junction 7 at Slough West. Still on the M4, but this time near Newport, queuing traffic for 12 miles because of the earlier accident. 3 cars involved in that. It's at junction 25, the Carroll turn, and junction 24 at Coldra, causing congestion as far back as junction 30 at Cardiff Gate, taking around an hour to get through. Stoke and Church and the M40 London bound, queuing traffic and the road's partly blocked because of an accident there. That's at junction 5. And on the southbound M9 in Falkirk, 1 lane's blocked and there's slow traffic because of an accident. That's at junction 7. Richard Foster, 5 Live Travel.
Here's a quick text. It's a tweet. And it's from Andy Vernon, leading politician. He says this unfair, it's about the referring to, he says this unfair scapegoating of Wayne Rooney because part of what is wrong with the culture of English football out of proportion. Well, if we were in Parliament,
that's...
9:38.
BBC 5 Live. They've campaigned for months. At times it's been bitter. Now Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton face their final battle to become the 45th President of the United States.
He gets to run his campaign any way he chooses.
The people of this country are furious.
With 1 month to go until the vote, 5 Live will be travelling across the country, visiting some of the key campaign areas to find out what the American public really think of the election, the candidates and the future of their country.
I'd rather have another choice, but I really am not a fan of Hillary.
She's probably the most qualified candidate we've ever had for president.
The road to the White House, all this week on BBC 5 Live.
Right, we're talking about Wayne Rooney today. Dropped to the bench for today's game against Slovenia. He spoke to 5 Live senior football reporter Ian Dennis.
I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting you to feature today, to face the media. What sort of spurred you on in order to do that?
No, I think with me there's a lot of stuff which could get said. I think it's important for me to let people know my opinions, and it gives paints a better picture, I think, for people who are on their opinions over the next 24 hours. Yeah, I think it's a difficult period, of course, for the club and country, but there's always light on the other side, and you have to work hard.